So guys, what's going on? James Degale, Chris Eubank, weigh in. Both look spectacular. We've got a fight tomorrow evening. What a fight we've got on our hands. This is going to be a blockbuster. I think we've got... Firstly, let me talk about the way they looked. Eubank was in supreme shape, great conditioning, abs looking like an absolute Adonis. A Greek god, you know, is literally his physique is perfection. Like, you can't pick any faults in it. His abs, and you know, it's a typical, you would say, a fitness model physique. He's in brilliant shape, Eubank. He's always been like that. He always stays in the gym. He always trains hard, and you can see the result of that. Like, his conditioning is unbelievable. The way he looks is unbelievable. But let's see now whether he can fight James Degale. It's probably the most ripped I've ever seen James Degale. James Degale is not a guy that comes on the scale that looks brilliant. He never looks aesthetically appealing. And you know what? When you look aesthetically appealing, it doesn't mean you can fight. You know, there's many guys that don't look aesthetically pleasing that can fight. Fury. You know, there's many others. There's many others that are very good fighters that don't look ripped and not cut. You know, that don't have a physique. Bellew was another one who could fight and you know, didn't have a great physique. You know, so not necessarily having a good physique, but what it shows is that you put in the work in training camp. What it shows is you've been eating well. And that's what it showed with Degale. And there's been a lot of rumors that Degale doesn't live the life he drinks. He doesn't live a boxer's life. Well, one thing I can say, looking at his physique, bearing in mind that you don't really see James Degale in that kind of shape, is that he's lived the life for this training camp, you know. And forget all of the fact that people say he doesn't live the life. Listen, look at what he's achieved. Olympic gold medalist, you know, a two-time world champion. So, you know what? You can't really knock the kid. You can't really knock the guy. You know, he's achieved a lot. Even though people think that he might have not lived the life, it's irrelevant. He's still achieved way more than Eubank. And Eubank has lived the life. So, at the end of the day, James Degale's obviously got a lot of talent. So, let's take that aside. Both of them look in fantastic condition. James Degale looks in brilliant condition. Let's move on to the fight now. I'm going to give my prediction at the end, but it's a great fight. James Degale called it the retirement fight. He said whoever loses this is retiring. I don't think Eubank will retire if he loses this fight against Degale, but I will say this, that I think that there will be nowhere for him to go. And he will become a bit of a laughing stock because people will say every time this guy steps up, he loses. He's not at that top level. Degale, on the other hand, had some very good wins, had some hard, tough fights, and he's probably at the twilight of his career. If he loses to Eubank, Paulie Malignaggi made a good point. He'd be losing to guys that he shouldn't really be losing to. He'd come down to a level because he's beaten guys that are much higher level than Eubank. So then he would start slipping against guys that he shouldn't be losing to, like Turax. Then he'd lose to Eubank. So he'd probably be in a position where he'd have to retire, right? In terms of Eubank, right? Eubank won't retire because he like I said, you'll probably see that he's young. He can still make his way. He's still fresh. He can still make his way and navigate his way to another title shot. So Eubank won't retire. Degale will. In terms of the fight, I don't know. I'm confused. I think this fight could go either way. I think Degale could nick it. I think Eubank could nick it. I think Degale, if he gets into a fight, I think Degale could be in trouble. I think if Degale can box him, then Degale can win the fight quite comfortably. But I don't know whether Degale has it in him, right, to navigate himself through a boxing fight anymore. Like throughout all James Degale's career, he's always found himself get himself into a war. He could make things comfortable, but I just don't think it's in him to box for 12 rounds. If you look at his fights, he's always getting himself into a war. And I just feel he's going to get himself into a war in this fight. And I get the feeling Eubank's going to win this fight. I just think that Eubank will find a way to get to him. He couldn't get to Groves. I think he'll get to Degale. And I think he'll get to him. That's just my thought on it. I think Eubank will win the fight. I thought Degale would win on points, but I changed. I've changed. I think Eubank wins it. I think Eubank wins by late stoppage or even on points now. Because I think he'll get to Degale. I think he'll get to Degale. And I don't think Degale has it in him to outbox Eubank for the full 12 rounds. You know, and I think Eubank could overwhelm him. So that's my prediction, guys. You leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think's going to happen in the fight. But I think Eubank will win the fight. Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.